Hey guys, how are you today? Chasing from OnTheSly. Hey guys, how are you today? Chasing from OnTheSly. Hey guys, OnTheSly back here today. Hey guys, Chase here from OnTheSly. Today I'm joined with Lane Place from 65Thirty Events and Entertainment down here in Jarrow, and his beautiful 370. And I mean, my inner jack's come out, and I think I need a new pair of underwear. This is my first time seeing it. I've seen some footage of it and some photos, and this is one car that we had to get on the channel. So I'll hand it over to Lane. We'll get Lane to explain us all about his build, and we'll get him to talk a little bit about your business and what you do here. Yep. So I'll hand this over to Lane.
So basically guys, it's a 2010 stock displacement but built 370Z, big single turbo, 2.5, nearly 3 years in the making. A lot of custom parts. I could go into it, but I think we'll run out of time on this channel. Built transmission by IPT Trans in America, capable of about 1,000–1,200 horsepower. The turbos are Garrett 3584 RS, forged bottom end, custom headwork, ARP head studs, etc. RJM billet riser to adapt the GTR manifold on top there, as you can see.
That's why I look familiar.
Yes, it's very much had a lot of custom work to make that work.
Yep.
1250cc injectors. We are still running the viscous LSD in the rear end because we wanted to keep the street car. It still shifts like an old car,
yep.
Still got cruise control, still got air conditioning, but it's just a very custom car.
Yeah.
You probably can't see it inside or from the angle we're at now, but the wheels, custom cut, custom offset, that's what everyone kind of gets drawn to when they see the car.
Oh yeah, the fitment on them is amazing.
Yeah, it is. We've done a lot of work with rolling stock.
Yep.
Uber East, and they're BC forged, they were custom cut.
Yep.
And offsets, like I said.
Yeah, nice.
The actual car itself was built by PZP in Perth.
Yep.
Tom Bentley himself, the owner, built it. He didn't let anyone touch it but him. Yeah, effectively my goal for the build was, excuse the ambos.
It's Jarrow, guys.
Yeah, it's ambos, not cops yet.
Yeah.
Was effectively to build this car for half the cost of buying the GTR one. Now the GTR one is $210,000.
Yeah.
This has got more horsepower. It's a lot more fun. It's lighter. I fit in it. The GTRs I don't fit in. I'm just a bit too wide for that. So yeah, it's a good fun car. It drives like a normal car. You can cruise in it, do whatever you want.
Why 370? What was so appealing to the 370 to you? Why did you choose? Is it for the simple fact that that you couldn't fit in a GTR and this was like the next best thing, or?
No, so I sold my Hummer, and I was on the lookout for another car, and my mate Sean, he basically said, like, look, I've had my car up for sale for a long time, I know you need a car, I'll do you a sweet deal.
Yeah.
And that's effectively why I built this car, because I got it for such a good deal.
Yep.
I could justify the spend.
Yeah.
You know, the thing about the 370s is they're not a highly modified car.
No.
That they're not done a lot because they are so expensive to modify. There's not a lot of aftermarket parts for them. The 350s, yeah, parts everywhere.
Yeah.
It is running a factory ECU at the moment, because up until about 4 or 5 weeks ago, there was no aftermarket support in the way of aftermarket ECUs.
Yeah,
Coltech
right.
didn't do one. There was someone, which is Cybex. They're a UK based. They do a lot of Porsche Lambos.
Yep.
But the cost was extreme.
Yeah.
It was actually more than my transmission. So
Oh, nice.
M-Tron 4 or 5 weeks ago have released support for the automatic transmission.
Yep.
So if I decide to keep it, it is for sale. If I decide to keep it, I will be probably put an M-Tron K12 in. I can run flex, I can run methanol, I can run nitrous.
Yes, nice.
I can really take to the next level, and I can do it safely.
Yeah, well that's the biggest thing with cars nowadays, you know, we want to take everything safe, we want to be safe when we're doing it, so anything we can do to prevent a failure or just to have that little bit more safety, we'll all do it.
Yep. So I mean, as you can see, like I can actually change map. See how the cruise flashes?
Oh, yep.
So that's, oh, hang on. 1, so that's my map.
Yep.
And then if I hold it down and go 1, 2, that's the second map.
You're right.
And then I won't go to valet mode because it limits me to 4,000 RPM. So let's put it back to mine just for the fun of it. Again, I'm only running 11 pound, 10, 11 pounds, something like that.
Yeah, nothing stupid crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, as you can see, air conditioning, everything works, cruise control works. It's a factory looking car.
That's what we like. It's my first time in one of these.
They're pretty snug.
Yeah, they are.
I toured just before it got dropped off to be built. I actually toured the whole of the south with my daughter in this car.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, we went to Esperance and spent a week travelling the southwest.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's say it was pretty tight.
Yeah.
You know, my daughter was only 7 at the time, but she has some shit.
they got a bit more of a bite to them, do they?
They're definitely not a wet. These are kind of an all-round semi-slick.
Yep.
So they will handle the water. They'll disperse the water nicely. The R888s definitely don't.
Yep.
They are a dry weather only tyre.
Yep. Well, so yeah, you can drive them in the wet. You can drive them in the dry.
I mean, look, it's not ideal to be driving this car in the wet either way, being an open turbo.
Yep.
Just only having a filter on the front of the turbo right where it is, but that's why I try to avoid coming out in the wet.
Yep. Fair enough, got to keep things nice.
Yeah. Look, I'm not a big fan of driving in the wet in my normal cars.
Exactly.
Exactly. There's a lot of crap on the road that just destroys my paint. So
yeah,
it has had a fresh paint job. So.
Yep, and this is a factory colour, is it?
It's factory colour, but what we did was we tickled up the 2K.
Yep.
So we put a bit more pearl in it.
Oh, yeah.
Probably can't see it in the photos or anything, but in certain lights it'll look black or it'll look purple or it's just a really interesting.
Yeah, nice.
Like I say, I wanted it looking factory. I didn't want stupid body kits. I didn't want this. I didn't want that. I just wanted a nice, clean car that anyone looking at would be, oh, that's a nice 370.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's for sale at the moment, which kind of cuts me deep. But growth in the business has just been that fast, like I was saying before. I can always build another car. I can't have these business opportunities come up again.
So it's all for the business, which is good. You're putting your focus on that, and as you said, you can always build another car.
Exactly.
Talk a little bit about your company,
your
business. So, what do you do here in Geraldton?
So, we're based in Geraldton.
Yep.
But we travel all over WA. We are probably the biggest north of Perth event and entertainment company. So we do everything from hire equipment through to full-scale festivals.
Yep.
We do live streaming. We do video editing. We do event photography. It's all a one-stop shop for any event, any birthday, any wedding, any festival. You can come to us, we can do it.
Yeah, nice.
So we've actually got a recording studio as well.
Yep.
Jam room that we have multiple bands come through and they just...
Yeah, nice.
We've got after hours access for them as well, so they can come in and just whenever they want, they can badge in and they just go have a bit of a play and then they disappear.
What made you start your business? What was your push? What was your...
I've been in the game since I was 18 years old, running nightclubs and everything, kind of doing the Australia tour, festival tour.
I've heard some stories.
Yeah, don't believe everything Russell tells you. We're probably all lies, maybe. No, I found that in the Midwest especially, we were lacking in high-end, event-ready companies.
Yep.
Not to say they're not out there, I just couldn't find them.
Yep.
Once, when we started the business, I was working full-time in a government job. So I was just doing it as a hobby, just DJing for weddings and everything like that, which was what I was kind of comfortable doing. And my partner I was kind of coming to the end of what we were doing with my government job, and we kind of went, well, what's the next step in life? And this kind of took off, and it hasn't stopped. We've hit the ground running, and we haven't stopped. Even during COVID, we've actually grown.
Nice, that's good.
Which
where a lot of
COVID's hit everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Where a lot of other businesses out there are shutting their doors or dropping staff, where yous are growing.
Yeah, definitely. So we actually took on the premises, we built the studio, we built the recording. We needed growth. We couldn't just sit there stagnant after we put so much into it. My life savings are in this business. Yeah. So I'm not going to let it fail.
Exactly. So how long has it taken you to be to where you are today? Since you were 18?
So no, we started 65Thirty Records in October, 2 days after my birthday in October 2018.
Yep.
Now, we had a 5-year plan. We hit that within 12 months. So we actually absorbed a company in Perth that didn't quite get off the ground, and that's what started the production side of it. We took on some big contracts in the following 6 months. Then COVID hit.
Yeah.
We took a bit of a step back and went, all right, how do we move forward? How do we not let the business fail? We then rebranded last year and went, well, let's rebrand to what we do. We do events, we do entertainment. And since then, it's sky's the limit. We have 12-month plans, we hit them within a month. We have 5-year plans, we hit them within 3 months. So, you know, we're always on the lookout for new things that we can do, and staff especially. That's a bit of a tricky one at the moment. Suitably qualified staff, you know. So, but yeah, I mean, it's been a bit of a ride. It's been 3 years, 2.5, 3 years, essentially since I started building this thing.
Yeah, right.
So a bit after we started to build this. So yeah, it's been a ride with the business.
Yeah, so between building this and the business, it's been a lot, eh?
Yeah, it's been a lot. My bank account does not like me very much.
Which is
just to throw
fair.
figures out on this, it's over $100,000.
Yeah.
What it's cost me, physically cost me. And I mean, you know, we'll take you for a spin and you'll see why it's $100,000. The business, again, that's our life savings.
Yeah.
Going into the business.
So
But
it's you and your partner.
me and my partner.
Yep.
Yes, we own the business. We own a couple of businesses.
How does she feel about this one here?
She wants me to keep it because it's been so long in the making. But you know, if no one buys it, I'll keep it. But yeah, she loves the car. She's scared of the car.
Has she driven the car?
She has.
Yeah. And what were her reactions on it?
Well, I actually then left it on my my tune, so I can actually change the tune on the fly. I can put it onto her tune, which pulls quite a bit of timing out, drops it down by about 50 horsepower, which is still a lot of horsepower. And yeah, she took it to drop her son off, or our son, one day to school.
Yeah.
She got back. She said she could drive it. It's a bit of a scary car.
Yeah, nice. That's not what we like to hear here.
It's good fun. Traction, as you can imagine, is a bit of an issue.
Oh, I can tell you now, we'll have no traction today, guys. It's pissing down with rain.
Yeah.
And rain and traction, that's not a thing.
We got 305 rears, semi-slicks on the rear, and they just don't look.
Yeah,
it's just got that much torque, and that the way that the turbo comes in, it's super linear. It's a 3584 RS, and the reason we went with that turbo is we didn't want a lot of lag. We wanted the response of a small turbo.
You wanted it to be instant, right there when you needed it, so you could just go.
We wanted it to work with the natural torque curve of the motor.
Yep.
So we weren't sure where that torque curve was going to be, being that we've gone with forged internals, we dropped compression massively. We've gone 9.0 to 1.
So is that pistons, rods, all of the works?
Everything.
Yep.
The only stock part of it with custom machining is the block.
Yep.
So it is a semi-closed deck. Again, we wanted it straight. If we went to a closed deck, we could have gone stupid on the horsepower, but
you still want to be able to daily drive it.
Now, I will mention that it is actually fully engineered, so it is completely street legal.
That's the best thing.
Yeah. So I have had cops pull up behind me and kind of go, well, you know, you want to check every car. No worries, here's the paperwork, guys. They look at each other and just go, well, see ya.
Yeah, because they know they've got nothing to fight against, nothing they can pin you for.
Look, they probably could if they wanted to be nasty, but you know, I always say if you treat them with respect, they can treat them with respect. I don't go to skids or street race or anything in this thing. I take them to Nana. I haven't been able to, unfortunately. Whoop-ass finished the week before I picked this thing up.
Speaking about whoop-ass.
Okay.
I'm planning to head down, first one back.
Yep.
I need to go do a skid.
Okay.
So we'll make sure, we'll try get down to a whoop-ass or to an event where Lane's got the car on the drag strip and get some videos of that because I can't wait to see this thing hit the drag strip.
Yeah, I think safely on the current tune will be in the 10s.
Yep.
Safely.
What's your goal for it on the drag strip? Do you have a set goal for it? Do you have a set time you want to reach, a set speed you want to hit?
In the 10s would be good. Obviously, being we've got to conform to standards. You know, low boost, 11 pound. I think it'll be in the 10s.
Yep.
Which I'll probably be pedaling it the whole way down the track to try and keep it under that.
Yep.
I hope no one from China sees this. But yeah, it is only on running tune at the moment. It is only 550 horsepower on running tune on 98 and 14 pound boost.
Nice.
It's only 14 pound.
Right, that's little.
It is little. Once you put some more Ks on it, we've only done 1,000 Ks in it.
Yep.
we'll wind it up. Again, if I go M-Tron, go flex, same boost level, easily another 100 at the hubs.
Nice.
So, you know, ideally we'd like to see 20, 25 pound in them.
Yep.
And then, you know, who knows what the horsepower figure will be.
So has this only been hub dyno? No.
Hub dyno.
Hub dyno. Yep.
So it's hub dyno. You got 548 on 14 pound.
Yep.
I drive it around on 11 pound boost.
Nice.
And that's it's about 10 horsepower per pound.
Yep.
Is what we pull out. So I'm driving around on about 500, 510.
Yeah.
And it's a nice driving car.
Just a reasonable for a nice cruise. Yep.
I can, like say, drop the map to my partner's map, which will drop it down to around about 470 horsepower.
Yep.
On 11 pound. So it's a nice drivable car. Yeah. I mean, ideally, I want to see probably 700-800 out of it.
Yep.
But then will it be a street car?
Yeah,
That's yet to be seen. This is the unknown thing. I mean, I don't drive it around very often.
Yeah.
1,000 Ks in the
It's
life.
just like a Sunday cruiser sort of thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's a fair weather cruise. I bought it out for you. We can't control the weather. I bought it out for you today. Just I don't usually bring it out in the
And
weather.
I appreciate that. It's awesome that
it's been a long time coming, so
it
try and
has.
get you over here.
It has. We've been talking about this interview for a good 2 months about that, and every time sort of we've had the opportunity, I've had work come up or Lane's had stuff come up, so today was the day that we could do it, and here we are, we're doing the interview. Is there anything else about the car that you think stands out to you or that you want to talk about to let the viewers know?
No, look, I mean, it's I see a lot of cars around town driving around with yellow stickers.
Yep.
And they do really kind of blame the cops for that.
They do,
and look,
but
don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. There are the ones that are on power trips. I'll throw my hat in the ring and say that. I've dealt with them myself.
So have I.
But there are also the ones that are very respectful of these kind of cars, if done right. You know, and that's
well, and as you said, engineered, all of that. You know,
it's a cost, it's a time thing, it's a stress thing.
But
at the end of the day, I drive down the street. I know that if a cop calls me up, they'll look at the paperwork. They'll respect the fact that I've gone to this effort of not only building the car, but building it right and having it so it's you know, safe for the road.
Exactly, and then they know that you're not being a dickhead, or you're not one of them other guys out there that do all of this and then don't do it the right way.
I'm not saying you need them to engineer for a pod filter or anything like that, but you know, we've had the ride height certified, we've had the headlight angle certified because of the ride height.
Yeah.
We've had the engine modification certified. We've had the 5-gas test done on it.
So pretty much you've had the whole car from start to finish pretty much certified, like it would come out of a dealership.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. So yeah, it's that's it. I mean, realistically, it's you drive down the road. Yeah, people look at it and like say they see the rims. You'll see the rims in a second. The rims are pretty wild, but they don't understand that there's a lot more than just rims in your car. And that's what I wanted. I didn't want body kits. You know, I didn't want to go ricer, as you guys would say. You know, I wanted to keep it. I think there's lines on these cars that just don't.
Well, as I was saying earlier, the body fitment to the wheel fitment, like you don't need a body fit. It's spot on to the T. You've still got that nice stance look to it, that nice killer look. It's awesome.
And fun enough, even though it's lowered, it's actually higher than from the factory. So the exhaust being custom made, it has been tucked so tight.
I did
a
little sneaky look.
It's look, I can't say enough good words about Tom at PZP. He just does quality work. And he's a perfectionist. He's like me.
If it's not done right, start again.
And the turbo manifolds, I think he done it about 6 or 7 times before he got it right. As you can see, Chase, it hasn't got a lot of room there. It's
no, it doesn't. Well, we'll try now. Probably won't see much.
Grab one of those lights and see if we can.
But we can try.
I'll hold that for you, Chase.
So you could probably see it right there. You'll be able to see our filter, but it's right down there. And from looking up from where I am, it's tight in there, guys. So yeah, it's literally credit card fitment. If you put a credit card down it and it hits the numbers, it'll stop. That's how close it is. Everything is ceramic coated. We didn't have enough room for turbo beanies or anything like that, so everything under there is ceramic coated. 60mm waistcoat,
And it's plumb back. It's not a screamer pipe.
Yep.
That's something about screamer pipes I absolutely despise.
Yeah.
They're just obnoxious. You don't need them on a 500-600 horsepower car. Look, at 1,000 horsepower, I understand.
Yeah. So
it's all plumb back. Again, it all passes the DOT approval. It's under the DB limit. It's just a good fun car.
No, that's what you want.
A lot of people probably rag on me for spending 100 grand on a car, but
what we do.
each to their own.
What we do.
I'm not a burnout man by any means. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate the effort and the time and the skill that goes into it. Not my thing. Just like this isn't going to be a lot of, I've had a lot of rag from the LS boys and the Barra boys. But I tell you what, none of them's been able to touch me or keep up. So there's only one car in town that he struggles with traction.
Yeah, right.
So
is there a few local guys in town that have?
Yeah, so the guy actually bought this off. He's just finished. Well, he's still in the process of building, but he's just had his car retrimmed. He's got a Series 2 R33 Skyline, RB25.
That's dream.
The dream, yeah. Well, he's got the exact same amount of horsepower.
Yeah, right.
So he's running E85. Same horsepower, E85. And that's the difference. He's running the stupid amount of boost on E85 to get that.
Whereas you're running next to no boost on pump.
Yeah, on pump 98.
Yeah.
So this one's super lazy. It's high strung. I've been in a lot of 500-600 horsepower Skylines. This is just something different. It's just the way it comes on. It's almost like a supercharger without that parasitic draw.
Yeah.
There's a few. We actually just started a new group, German car enthusiasts, to try and see what's out there. We've had absolute monster Falcons with stupid big superchargers on it. We've got 1940 Citroens in there. Like, to me, I have appreciation for every form of motorsport, whether it be burnouts, whether it be.
As you said, I'm not a big rally fan or anything, but I appreciate and I see all the hard work and all the effort that goes in behind the scenes, and it's good to see that, like people like Lane who don't like burnouts and people like myself who, we're not real interested in those other ones, we still see the appreciation and see the effort that goes into where we can still appreciate that sport on its own.
Yep, definitely. And that's what, that's why I appreciate what you're doing with OnTheSly. And it's while it's predominantly burnouts at the moment, your drive to actually get some different content.
Well, that's why I've got this here. It's different.
So
it's completely different, and that's what the whole channel's going to be about. And I've explained it before. We're different, and as many different people we can get coming in and doing an interview or jumping on the videos is just as good as we can get, which is awesome.
Definitely. The next car I build will probably be right up everyone else's alley. It'll be probably a big block Ford F-Truck or something like that. Just like 1950s. For a jail bar if I can find one, but
we'll have to get another interview.
It's one of those things. It's always been a dream car of mine. It's the old jail bar or the dog bone F-Truck or an old Chev Apache. Just something about the old cars that they're just stylish. But I do want to, fuel injected, air conditioned, cruise control, high horsepower still,
like this.
Like this.
Yep.
But a real driver's car. Something I can fit a big wide tyre under the rear end that I know is going to hook when I put the foot down.
Yep.
But I know of someone in town that has a 1950s Ford F100 delivery van, like an old milk delivery van.
Nice.
And, he doesn't want to sell it.
But that's the shittiest part about it. You find something nice and it's like, ooh. That's like me. I sit down, I keep my eye on something, and so I've got to go ask him about it. No, it's not for sale.
Look, the guy has my number.
Yep.
I'd do it justice. I wouldn't cut it apart and be an idiot with it. They don't make those cars anymore.
No.
I gotta treat those kind of cars with the respect they deserve and the heritage that they've actually brought to what we're doing today.
Yep.
The old hot rodders, the gases and stuff like that in America. That's what created the scene that we have today, essentially. So got to be very respectful of that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Otherwise, you start chopping
speed as like an old sled or something like that, like they used to back in the day.
Yep.
You know, the lead sleds, they fill them with lead. If you do it, if you pay homage that way, I got nothing but respect for you. If you cut it apart and you just don't do it the right way, I mean, that's a bit of a slap in the face. There you go, you know, that's just cruising along, 60k an hour.
Smooth as, man.
Not loud in here.
Nah, really quiet until you get on it
Yep.
and you start hearing it. It's like, ooh, that's
Yep.
what we like to hear.
Yeah. And like I say, you know, in today's weather, I'd love to be able to give you a boot full, but half throttle's where I'm going today,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Well, if you can see here, guys, we'll get a shot here. You can see it's all wet.
No matter how much tyre I've got, there's no way I would hook on that. So,
Nah.
yeah.
Well, thanks for the ride.
No worries. Thank you very much, Chase.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We're heading back to Lane's shop, so we'll end it here, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and we'll see you next time. We'll see you Padside, guys. Cheers.